Okay, I've got the Quadrysteria Rush 4-inch copter. It is flying, it is maidened, and I am going to tune it. It is currently at Betaflight 290 defaults. This is going to be my first 2.9 tune. Everything is at defaults except I have set the rates. I used the Super Expo rate calculator spreadsheet to find a Super Expo rate that is similar to the rates that I usually fly. So I have got Super Expo rates turned on, and I've got this curve tweaked to be about how I usually fly it. Everything else is basically at defaults though. Because I know you're going to ask, I have the camera up tilt at less than 45 to be sure, maybe around 30. And I am flying this copter with a 1300 battery because that's just what I have a ton of. And so this tune is going to reflect the fact that this copter is a little heavier than it might normally be. However, I don't have a high def camera on here because I've got a 1300 battery and it's so big I can't fit one. So it should all equal out maybe in the end. Let's give it a try. Initial flight, here we go. A little bit of prop wash there. Not too bad if I jam the throttle. So I am bringing out some prop wash there by doing that particular move I do, that little curly Q move, this one. That really brings the prop wash out. Overall, it's handling really well though. Let's do some flips and rolls. Still getting used to these rates. Hard to tell if you're bouncing back when you overshoot like that. That wasn't full deflection. One more. Now solid. No bounce on the flips or rolls. Very solid. A little bit of prop wash. But other than that, very solid. So let's talk about tuning rates a little bit. Like I said, I came up with rates that seem to match what I had before Betaflight 290, but I have to say that the flip and roll rate feels slower than I expect. You notice I was ending my flips too soon, and my rolls they seem slower. So the mid stick feels okay, but I'm going to go ahead and push the rates up a little to get the full stick deflection going a little faster, and then I'm going to tweak my PIDs as well. I'm going to increase the roll and pitch rate there, both 0.70. I'm going to go ahead and increase them to 0.75. I don't want to go overboard because these Super Expo rates can get really crazy, so I don't want to go overboard. I'm not going to mess with yaw yet. As far as PIDs go, the prop wash was the main problem, but I would still like to figure out where my P gains should be first. So I'm going to raise my P on roll is at 4.5. I'm going to raise it to 5.0, and pitch is at 5.0, and I'm going to raise it to 6.0. I'm gonna leave I alone, and let's see what that does. So P gain raised and tweak the rates a little. I'm gonna be real careful with the sticks at first, so in case my rates have caused me to flip out. That feels more like I want it. Yeah, that feels more like I want it. It looks like pitch is a little faster than roll. Let's see, hang on. Yeah, pitch is faster than roll, so I'll either bring pitch down or roll up on the next one. Let's see how my P gain change is done. That's a little harder oscillation there. Yeah, we're getting a little harder oscillation at the end of the prop wash scenario. Still no oscillation there on throttle punch. Yeah, see, it's a little more jittery now. It's just a little more oscillation is coming out as I'm pushing the copter around. Those prop wash oscillations are just a little more aggressive. No, what was happening there? I don't know. How's our I term? Let's punch the throttle a little and find out. I is essentially perfect. Let's see if we can push P a little more and see what happens. Let's see if we can push P a little more and just see what happens. My philosophy for tuning a P, at least, is to kind of push it until I start to see things start to get bad, and then just figure out where I want to be on the scale of sharp with oscillations to smoother and softer stick feel. So I haven't quite got to like the bad point yet. So let's see. So I said my pitch rate, I think my pitch rate is a little higher than I usually like it. So let's take it down to like 72. I'm not super twitchy pilot. And then roll is at 5, roll P is at 5, and pitch P is at 6. Let's push pitch P up to 7 and see what happens. I'm going to leave roll alone. I feel like I'm going to start getting into the area where I see harder oscillations. So I'm going to try and isolate the axes and raise just one and not the other. Well, if anything, I feel like it's gotten better. The prop wash oscillation has gotten sort of higher frequency, but also lower. There, that wasn't good. There we go. Yeah, the oscillation is starting to come out now. So it's coming out surprisingly gradually, though. It's coming out really gradually. I can see that it's starting to get there. I think I'm going to leave it where it is and see if I can then work with D-gain to sort of bring it into line. Motors are not at all hot. They're warm but not hot, so we're good there. No problem there. I feel like the rates are okay. I'm happy with where the rates are for now. I might fine-tune them a little later. I might raise the yaw rate just a little. That's just a matter of feel, mind you. It's not something that you can really... Yeah, it's just a matter of preference and feel. Pitch P is at 7, and we're starting to see oscillations come out. Now let's take D up to 25. And you notice I'm still only tuning the pitch axis at this time, and see if that tames some of those oscillations. I think we need to move to the roll axis. It's pretty good though. I think we need to move to the roll axis because I think these oscillations are coming out on the roll axis, and so I don't think we're going to get a full tune unless we start working there. So I'm definitely seeing oscillations on the roll axis. And I may have gone too far with the P. So let's take it back down. So let's take, I think we may have gone too far. Let's take pitch P down to 6.5 and roll is at 5. Let's take roll D up to 25 and see how that flies. So basically I'm trying to back off some of these prop wash oscillations by raising D and by sort of managing P. Since I was having a lot of oscillation and looked like it might be roll axis oscillation, I'm not going to raise roll P anymore. The oscillation got worse when I raised pitch P, so I'm going to back that down a little as well. Even though I was only raising the pitch axis, it's all interrelated. Feels like the prop wash is better now than it was. Let's do some pylons. Oh, I don't have very much up tilt. I can't really do fast turns without. I'm hearing the prop wash, but I'm not really seeing it. I'm hearing it, but I'm not seeing it as much. It feels like it's gotten better. It feels like it's gotten better. So since what we did made it better, let's keep doing it. I didn't really feel like the copter got much sharper on the sticks when I raised the pitch P. It didn't really feel that much better in terms of sharpness. So I think I'm going to bring it down even a little more. I always raise P on principle just to see if things will get better, but it didn't really feel like it did. Just got a little bit of worse handling, so yeah. So let's take pitch down to, let's say 6.0. We went from the defaults just up a little. And let's raise the D to 30. So now we're at roll P is 5, pitch P is 6, and D is 30 on both. So I think that prop wash is better. No prop wash there. No prop wash there. Oh, this is feeling pretty good. Very little prop wash there. There was some. That was a pretty hard scenario. Let's see if I can get another one of those. Little hard prop wash there. If this was for a racer, this would be probably fine. Oh yeah, that's pretty good. Now we're getting somewhere. Okay. That's getting somewhere. I feel really good about that. The prop wash is largely controlled. I'm going to raise D a little more, I think. Now, I don't have Blackbox on this, so I really am going to have to just go by feel here. I usually tune the yaw axis with Blackbox. I'm not going to be able to do that here. It's a little harder for me, at least, to tune the yaw axis by feel, because you don't have the obvious signs of problems. It's also odd to me that my pitch is at 6 and my roll is at 5. This is a pretty centered copter. Let's just on principle see what happens if I take roll up to 6. I think I'm going to raise D to 35 on both axes just to see if that helps get the prop wash even a little more under control. Now I'm changing two things here. I'm changing the roll P and the pitch P. So yeah, but what the heck, let's live dangerously. I'm going to push the up tilt up closer to 45 degrees also, so I can really get some speed. That's some up tilt there. Oh, we're getting there now. Yeah, okay. Okay. Well, I can tweak it some more, but I got to tell you, that feels like a pretty good place to stop tuning. I would feel comfortable if I were tuning this for someone as a service. I would feel comfortable delivering this. I feel like that is at least a 90% tune. It's not 100%. I think you could eke a little more performance out of it, maybe get a little more sharpness. I haven't even touched the yaw axis, but overall I feel like it's flying really well. I got one more battery, so let's try and play with the yaw axis and see if we can sharpen up the feel of the turns any by raising P on the yaw axis a little. excess P gain on yaw will seldom show up as oscillations. You just kind of take a holistic view of how your copter was flying and see if it feels better or worse, especially in sharp turns, because you're usually probably not doing very many sharp yaw pirouettes. Yaw pirouettes, if you do those moves, I don't really do them very much. If you're an acro pilot who does those moves, that'll certainly bring it out more. See, I'm not, where am I? There I am. Let's try some, I usually will do like pylon style turns and see if it feels sharper. It feels like there's more oscillation than there was. Yeah, there's more oscillation than there was. Maybe it's the sticks. Maybe not. Maybe it's the sticks. Overall, I don't think it's better. I'm going to put it back. Yeah, I think the oscillation is worse. I think the oscillation's worse, so I'm going to put it back.